Do you ever get that feeling that it's really hard to stay here? That your energy is always escaping, going somewhere else? Perhaps your mind's just always busy, or it feels like there's a nicer place to live. Well, in this video, we're going to be looking at how it is that you can really come into your body safely and take your time and start to feel like it's nice to be more present in this being. Allow your heart to listen. Hi, I'm Nid, a soul guide, and in this video, we are in a series exploring the awakening spiral. This is a natural journey that we go through as we awaken and deepen into the experience of this life. How much more there is that you can love yourself, how much there is that you can love other people, that you can love all the experiences that life brings you. And I know that that can really seem like a challenge. So we're breaking this down into the awakening spiral. And over this series of videos, we're learning about each of the layers within the spiral that we move through. So in the last video, we looked at the overview of what these layers are. And today we're going to explore the first layer, although they're not really in an order, just gives us one. And this is going to be our core, coming into our core and bringing all of our energy into here. And that's because it just starts to give us a place of acknowledgement of our energy in this lifetime. So if you're someone who feels that it's really easy to get caught up and out in the thoughts, to want to escape into daydreaming, into the other worlds that there might be, maybe you get lots of past life experiences, or just quite simply like you just want to escape, right? This world just doesn't seem really that great. It's a bit bonkers. There's some really crazy people and you want to go and hide away in a cave and be apart from this world. And how much can you separate yourself? How much can you be independent and not really in this world? Then this video is for you. I'm Nid, I'm a soul guide, and I support people through spiritual embodiment. That means bringing yourself into your body, but not just being in this body as a human, but the divine coming into you and you really experiencing, living, knowing and expressing the light that you are. So this first energy is the archetype of the magic maker. When we actually are really within this energy, we bring so much magic into our life, into the lives of others. And that's because this energy, because it loves to go up and out, can really connect to the magic of what's in the unseen world, what's between the worlds. And so it's a real gift to be able to be that bridge for many other people and to create magic through that unseen. You may have psychic and intuitive gifts, but you don't have to. You could just be like a really amazing creative who just gets those downloads, those insights, and like knows how to create and carry a vision forwards. And that's because your energy is always going up, connecting into higher realms. That's so exciting. It's really cool. But we want to be able to bring all of that back and really center and ground it into this world so it can be of benefit to the other people in your life and maybe people who you don't even know yet, so that you can have a ripple effect out into this world by bringing all of that in as an amazing gift to share with others. Now, I know that there's many ways in which it cannot feel safe, and I personally have had many years of really wanting to be in that escape, to hide and to not be in this world, and a lot of mental health challenges came as a result of this. But I wanted to share with you two really simple tips that I found started to shift my energy pattern so that I could hold myself more and more in this world. So the first tip I'm going to give you is as straightforward as holding your hands together or holding a hot drink. When you bring your hands together and let the fingers connect, we're beginning to close our energy back into this body, letting the hands and the heart connect. And when you have a hot drink in your hands, it's going to be grounding, bringing your energy back down into the hands and into the body. When I first learned this, I actually learned it by putting my feet in hot water. And I found that it was so calming and soothing. But it's not always practical to put your feet in hot water. And so a hot cup of water is always really easy because you don't even have to drink it, but it's actually really good for the body to drink warm water anyway. If you don't have a cup, you don't want to drink a warm drink, you can also just interlace your hands, hold your hands in whatever way feels good, and let them rest. This will just again bring the energy back into the center and start to draw it back in towards your core. So this can be a really beautiful place just to begin, to allow your energy to drop and settle into this wonderful being that you are. Now, I've already alluded to some of the shadow parts and tendencies we can get into when we're in this energy pattern, and also the gifts of what can happen when we're in this energy pattern. But it can manifest itself in so many ways. Like my mental health, it had a real mental and emotional impact by that energy always being up and out and not actually letting it ground down into my body safely. Emotionally, it has played out in not wanting to connect with people in my life, in always wanting to kind of be the avoidant person, not really very into being attached. And so that always left me feeling separate from other people, always feeling like I couldn't have people to support and help me, that I needed to do everything myself. All these beliefs that can leave us feeling very alone and isolated. And in the body, that can become also like isolated injury points, but also the fascia can start to really talk to us about the fact that we're not connecting, we're not integrating within the body. So if you have lots of fascial injuries, this is often a sign that you are up and out and that the body is not really knowing how to connect all of the parts and work together as a team. And the second point that I wanted to share as a tip to help you with coming into this energy comes from Donna Eden's energy medicine work. And it's really simple. You just bring one hand to your third eye, one hand to your navel, and just let the index finger of each rest upon those points. And then gently press in and slightly push up. And if you can, take 3 breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just notice, how does your energy feel as you do that? Releasing and letting it go. Now, I said I was only going to share 2 tips, but I have a bonus one for you just because I love to be generous and I can't help myself. But I wanted to let you know before you come into that third tip that you can learn a lot more techniques and practices and tools in the membership area that I have, Your Sanctuary, where we run through lives, they get recorded, and I record practices and tips to support you as you're moving through in the group container. This is a really powerful way to master your energy and work through these patterns as they might be happening. Because we each move through all of these patterns, but each of us is born with a predisposition to certain patterns. And then also our life gives us experiences where we might move into a certain pattern, whether we learn it from others because that's the way it seems to be a default in our society and expected, or if it's because that's what you've experienced through trauma. So say this pattern that we're talking about today is often one that we have when we've experienced significant trauma and we've needed to dissociate and escape from the body, especially if you've ever experienced an out-of-body experience. And so Your Sanctuary is a place for you to come and move through the spiral and really embody at the different levels that are going to support you in being even more joyous and peaceful in this world and offering up your gifts. So I invite you just to write quiz beneath in the comments and we'll send you a link to the quiz, and then when you get your results, you'll also receive the link to the 7-day free trial for Your Sanctuary. So what was that final tip, Nid, that you were going to say? Well, it's really easy. You can see I wear a necklace here around my neck. And I do this because it connects into around about the place of the high heart where the soul loves to express through us. And so by having something here, I can just play with bringing my hands to this part of my body. And when my fingers are connecting with this high heart place, I'm connecting in with my soul. It's bringing my body, my heart, and my soul all into one place. And this grounds me and anchors me into being really present with other people. I've done this for years. I did it when I was a lawyer as well, and it's one of the most centering and simple things we can do without looking strange and weird when we're with people. And if you wear a necklace, obviously it helps, but you don't need to wear a necklace in order to bring your hand here for a moment just to connect, feel it, and then release. I hope that you have a most wonderful week, and check in next week to discover the next layer of the spiral, the Hearth Keeper. How it is that you can fill up your beautiful field of energy and hold yourself steady so that relationships no longer feel like a drain, and you can really stand in the gifts that you have and share them with the person who's there before you. Bye.
Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day.